Having a nice long weekend, I hope. All right, so we need weights, or you could use bottles, you could use cans, whatever you want. I just have 2 pounds. Actually, these are just 1 pound. You can be, I would say up to 3 pounds-ish. Tony, how are you?
Good.
Good. Long time no see.
I've been picking yours up on later on.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I was going to start asking about you.
I'm in a condo with a gym, and to get space, to get clear space,
I got you.
Down before 9, so I've
I understand.
done your old one from last week, and now I'm going to pick up this.
Good for you. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. How's Helen?
Well, she's rehabbing her leg. It's slow. She's going to see the surgeon a week today.
Oh, give her my best.
Yes, thank you very much.
For sure. And everyone else, grab your weights. And then if you have a squishy ball, grab your squishy ball. If you don't, you can use a pillow, or you don't have to, you just don't have to use it. It's okay. You can just kind of imagine. There's just going to be a couple of little things we'll do with that. All right. And then just come to standing with your weights. Okay. So feet about hip distance apart. Is it 9:30? It is. Perfect. Okay. So feet about hip distance apart. Shoulders down away from your ears, standing nice and tall. So feel your heels pressing down. The top of your head is reaching up. Nice long waistlines, long spine. Remember, you're neutral, so you have a little curve in your lumbar spine there. Your ribs stay tight around your center. Head is back and shoulders just nice and wide and away from those ears. We're going to start just reaching our arms straight up in front of us. So hold them at about shoulder height, and then come right up onto your toes. So without moving forward, you're just going to come up here. Take a breath when you're there, and then lower your heels, and then lower your arms. So we'll go arms, heels lift, heels down, arms down. Good. So go 6 more like that. Up and up. As you're doing this, watch that you're not locking into your knees, and think about that connection through your core. So before I lift, I'm thinking about my belly button pulling into my spine, heels, and then arms. So up, and then down and down. Go 4 more. Up and up. That core is connected. Down and down. Last couple. Up and up, down and down. And then one more. I'm going to show you the side again. Up and up. This time we'll stay like this. So keep your shoulders back. Your head is back in line with your body, and then slow bend, holding, and then press all the way up. So do that again. Inhale down, reach those arms, keep your body back. So don't lean. I was maybe leaning too far back. Go straight up and down, and then all the way up. Inhale down. Knees are reaching straight forward. They may be falling out. Don't let them. Press up. Again, slow and controlled. Press up. Last 2. Inhale, exhale, press through each one of those toes as you stand. And then 1 more. Stay down like this. So feel that those knees, or you can even take a peek down at your knees, making sure they're not falling out. Your upper body is still nice and straight up and down. Now from here, let's go arms out and then arms in. So palms up as you open, palms down as you pull in. Now let's add on to that. So we're going to come up, heels are still lifted, and then down. Keep those heels lifted, palms up, open, palms down. Keep that upper body nice and straight up and down. If that bothers your ankles at all, you can just keep your heels down. And in, go 3 more like that, growing tall. And stabilize through your core. 2, up. And in, 1 more, let's go up. Pull back in, take a breath, lower your heels, and then stand all the way up. Give your shoulders a nice little roll down, and then reach those arms straight out to the side. So palms face up here, turn them to face forward, and then all the way up. So get that full range, forward and down, forward and up. So just do that in 1 movement now. Down and up, down and up. Keep those arms reaching, keep that core connected. Top of your head is still reaching up to the ceiling. Go 5 and down. 4, arms are straight but not locked. 3, last 2, down, last 1, up. Now turn your palms to face up to the ceiling, stay there, bend your elbows into your waistlines, and then reach. Pull them in and reach. So really feel your triceps, the back of your upper arms pulling in, and then reach them way out. Pull them in and reach. It's very different than just doing this. Feel that pull and out. Last 6, we're gonna pull in, palms face up, twist, palms face back as you reach. Pull in, palms up, reach. Go 4 more like that. In, reach. Hopefully you're feeling your deltoids. In, reach. Last 2, in, reach, and then go 1 more. In, reach out, and then bend in. Drop those elbows or drop those hands, give your shoulders a nice little roll out. Let me show you the side view. Feet still hip distance apart, bend your elbows to 90-degree angles, hinge your upper body forward. So we were straight up and down before, now we're here, our core is connected, ribs are tight around our center. From here, we're gonna step our right foot back. As we step our right foot back, our weight wants to shift to the left. Try not to do that. Left inner thigh is squeezing toward your midline. And just nice and carefully take your time. You're pressing up into your left heel as you reach that right back. So you'll end up here, take a breath, and then slow pull that leg back in. Just tap your toes down, keeping your body in this nice diagonal line. Reach out, and then pull in. Now we're gonna add on to that. So we're gonna reach up with our arms, fingertips reach away from that right heel, and then pull in, arms behind us. Reaching long, hold, and then slow pull back in. Reach, core connects, and in. Go for 5. And in. 4 more. Reach, constant pressure up through this left heel. 3. And back, last 2. Reach, and in, and then go 1 more. We're gonna reach back and stay there. Now from here, just nice and slow, arms all the way back. Keep those shoulders away from your ears, stay there. Bend your elbows, slow and controlled, and reach. Slow as you bend your elbows, slow as you extend. So you're working both directions, constant pressure up through this left heel. Go for 5, in, 4, in, and reach. 3 more, in, and reach. Last 2, in, reach long. You ready? 1 more. In, and reach, stay there. Now open to this side. 2 inches, and squeeze in. 2 inches, squeeze in. Still pressing up through that left heel. Do you feel your left glute? Hopefully. Open. You should be able to wiggle your left toes. That's how much pressure you have in your left heel. 4, squeeze. 3, squeeze. 2, in. Last 1, squeeze those upper arms together, lower your arms, bend that right leg in. So you're here. Now from here, stand up on your left and then drop straight back down. So all the way up, grow tall, inhale down, exhale up and down, go for 5. Control, exhale 4, up, abs in, control 3. Control, last 2. And down, last 1, up, stay there. Now from here, constant pressure through that left heel, left inner thigh squeezes toward your midline, arms wide, right leg lifts. Hold there, last little bit on this left side, you're just gonna tap your toes, reach your arms, and lift. Inhale down, and lift. So you can lower your arms as you lower your leg if you want, and up. Go for 5, inhale down, grow tall, don't lean to the left. Inhale down, grow tall, straight up. 4, 3, abs deepen, let's lift. 2, nice and light as those toes come down, up. 1 more, right up, and then lower all the way. Give those legs a little shake. All right, so we'll do the same on the other side. So we're gonna press into our right heel, a little bit through our right big toe, but you really want most of your weight in your right heel. We're gonna hinge down. So hold there, arms at 90-degree angles as well. Press into that right heel. Don't let your weight shift to the right as you kick your left leg out behind you. So you're on that nice diagonal, your core is connected, top of your head reaching from that heel, and then just tap it in. So your hips stay still. You're just reaching that leg back, and then you're pulling your leg in. Now add those arms if you want. Reach, and then pull in. Thinking about that right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Reach, and in. You got it. Reach, and back. Go for 5. Inhale out, lengthening. Exhale, pulling in. 4. 3 more. Lengthen, ribs stay tight around your center. Reach. And in last 2, press long. And in last 1, go right out. Stay there. Swing those arms all the way back behind you. From here, you're going to do circles. Little circles, keeping your body still. Thinking about your upper arms moving. It's not your whole body, just those upper arms. Think of the tricep starting the movement, the back of that upper arm. Pause, go the other way. How's your pressure in your right heel? We still pressing? Little bit through our right big toe, right inner thigh squeezes toward your midline. Go for 4. Make sure your arms aren't down here. 3, 2, last 1. Bring those arms in, bend everything in. Now press straight up. Pause, don't quite lock your right leg, and then drop down. Straight up. Pause, inhale, back down. So exhale, press, and slow. Press and slow. Go for 4. Most of your weight in that right. 3, right inner thigh squeezing towards your midline that little bit. 2, and then go 1 more. Press up, stay there. Right leg is straight but not locked. We're just going to lift that left. Hold there, right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. You can add arms. You're going to tap, pause, and then up. Inhale, tap, pause, grow tall as you lift. Stay nice and tall as you lower. Good stability, everybody. Go for 5. Pause, control. Go for 4. Control. 3 more. And slow, keep those waistlines long and even. 2, right inner thigh still squeezing toward your midline. Last 1, up, lower all the way. Give those legs a little shake, give those shoulders a nice little roll out, and then come to a wide second position. We're gonna do 1 more little set standing. So feet as wide as your mat, or a little wider than hip distance apart. Whatever feels good. Turn your thighs out as much as you can. So think about your inner thighs facing forward. We're gonna bring our arms right up to shoulder height. We're gonna come straight down. So upper body is straight up and down here, and then stand all the way back up. So you're coming down, press into your heels as you stand. Arms can float down. So reaching, arms, and up. Your shoulder blades, your bum, and then your ankles, the outside of your ankles, are against an imaginary wall. So don't let your shoulders come forward. Don't let your knees come forward. Your ankles stay really nice and straight, up and down. Go for 3. Press through those heels. It doesn't matter what your turnout is. Just get to your kind of max turnout point. 1 more, go down, stay there. Keep your arms reaching. Shoulders are back, right? Right leg up, or right heel, sorry. Imagine lifting your right leg. I wouldn't do that to you. Left and down, go right up, pause, and down. Left hips stay still. So as you lift 1 foot, your hips want to shift, right? Your job is not letting them. Go 1 more each way, up and down. 1 more, up and down. Now lift your right heel, stay. Press into your left, open arms, and right back down. Don't quite lock your left, but almost lock. Right up. Control most of your weight in your left. Straight up, your hips stay still. Go for 4. Reaching and in. 3 more. Reach and in. Last 2. And in. Last 1. Let's go up, Drop down, stay, drop your right heel, turn your palms to face up, left heel lift, palms stay facing up and in. Up and in, go for 5. Control, 4, keep those thighs turning out, control. 3, and in, grow tall, 2, and in, grow tall, 1. Back in, drop that heel all the way in. Walk those feet back together. Give your body a little shake out and then come down onto your mat. Let's adjust this. Keep your ball, or grab your ball actually. So it's gonna be a little bit within arm's reach, and then have your weights within arm's reach as well. So you'll start flat on the mat, nice neutral, so the back of your head is heavy, shoulder blades heavy, back of your rib cage is nice and heavy. Pop your hands on your hips. So we're gonna think about pelvic stability to start. Ribs are tight around your center, right? We're gonna only open our right knee to the side. So if you just let your right leg go, your left hip would lift, you'd end up over here, right? But if you're thinking about our Pilates principles, we're gonna think about keeping our left hip heavy, so stabilizing through our transverse, and only open your right leg as far as you can keep that left hip neutral, so it's not gonna move. And then bring that right leg back up. Do the same thing other side. So right hip presses down, no movement through your hips, left leg opens, and then back in. Do that again, right leg opens, left leg stays totally still, and in. Feel that core connection, ribs are tight around your center, left opens, right knee is still pointing up, and then in. Go one more each way here. And in, and then go one more left, open out, right knee is pointing up, right? Back in and stay. So bring your hands behind your head. You're gonna have a front row seat to see what your hips are doing now. Tuck that chin, curl up. Okay, so looking towards your thighs, taking kind of notice of what's going on with your hips here. We're gonna open our right leg to the side. Same exact thing we did. Left hip stays heavy, bring that right leg in. Now go left, your right knee is pointing up. Right side of your body stays heavy. We got it, right leg out. We're gonna do one more each side. We're gonna add on a bit. Back in and then left. Back in and stay. Head is heavy in those hands. Ribs are tight around your center. You have that small little space behind your low back. You're still neutral. Now open your right leg to the side and stay. From here, lower your upper body down slightly, look to the ceiling, and then curl up. So your right leg is open a little bit, your left knee is pointing straight up, and then we're gonna add that movement down and curl forward. Your pelvis stays totally still. Inhale down, exhale up. Go 4 more like this. Control as you lower, control up. Remember, it's work coming back and it's work coming up. Last 2, and up. Last 1, even weight on those hips. Right up, stay, looking towards those thighs. Right leg in, open your left, hold there. Keep your right hip heavy. Only open your left as wide as you can keep that right hip down, right? Inhale back, exhale up. Look to the ceiling, curl forward, ribs slide down to your hips. Inhale back. Go for 4 more like this. Inhale back, exhale up. 3. Go for 2, slow and controlled. Up. Last 1. Slow and controlled. Let's come up, stay. Left leg in, and then lower your upper body all the way down. Okay, bring your hands down by your sides. Feet about hip distance apart. Belly button to spine, press into your heels, lift those hips right up to the ceiling. So when you're at the top there, your waistlines are long, your knees are reaching away from the top of your head, ribs are tight around your center. As you roll back down, roll through your upper back first. So think of pressing each vertebra down one at a time, come all the way down. Your tailbone will touch, hold there. That's your ending point, your back in neutral, ribs tight around your center. Do that again, belly button to spine, press. Holding up their knees reaching, right? Take a breath. Keep your knees reaching as you roll down. Don't just collapse everything in. Keep those knees reaching, slow and controlled. Lower all the way. Take a breath. We're gonna do one more like that. Belly button in, press, and up. Okay, so knees are reaching, right? Top of your head is reaching the other way. Ribs tight around your center. Even pressure into both your heels. Knees are pointing straight in front of you. Now you're gonna lift your right heel. So you're gonna transfer some of the weight into your left. Come right up onto your right toe. So light touch on your right foot. You can either stay here or you can come all the way up here, whatever you want. So this is the other option, just having your toes down. We're gonna drop our hips and then we're gonna lift. So we're not rolling, we're moving our whole body down and our whole body up in one piece. So you can either be with toes down or lift that leg up. The key is keeping this left inner thigh squeezing toward your midline and making sure your pelvis stays still. We've got 4 more here. Inhale down, press through that left heel up. 3. Inhale down, no arching your back. Press up. Go for 2. Press straight up. And then 1 more. Let's lift up. Stay there. Can we keep those hips lifting? Slowly, slowly. Either drop that heel or drop your toes and then your heel. Take a breath. Roll all the way down. Come to neutral. And then come all the way back up. Holding here. So you have even weight in your heels. Your knees are reaching away. Inner thighs are connected. Now press a little bit more through your right heel as you lift your left. Your hips are level. Ribs are still tight around your center. Stay there if you want, or float your leg up. And then from here, drop straight down and press. Hips, back of your rib cage come down together. Press through that right heel, right big toe a little as you lift. Go for 5. Press up, right inner thigh, still squeezing toward your midline. 4, 3, press, 2, press, and then 1 more. Press right up, stay there, take a breath, either drop that heel or drop your toes, and then your heel, and then roll all the way down. Come back to neutral. Very good, guys. Okay, now hands back behind your head. So elbows hovering, ribs still tight around your center. You have that little space behind your low back, right? We're neutral. Tuck your chin, curl forward and stay. So looking towards those knees, let's bring our right heel off the mat again. Even weight on your hips, float that right leg up. So from here, we're gonna reach our right leg out. So think length, you're reaching your toes way out. You don't need to touch the mat. Definitely don't drop it all the way down to the mat. Just as far as it feels good. Lower your upper body just slightly. So you're just barely looking to the ceiling and then curl everything in. So your left hip stays heavy as you do this. Inhale, lengthen back, and then exhale, curling in. Good, so go 4 more like that. Reaching, doesn't matter how far your leg goes, it doesn't matter how far your upper body goes down, keep everything connected. So that's ribs, your spine is staying long, you're not pressing your low back down to the mat. Go for 3, lengthen. 2 more. Reach. Don't forget about your left knee. It's pointing straight up, right? Last one like this. Reach all the way in. Hold right there. Now we're going to rotate towards that right bent leg. So think of bringing your left shoulder towards your right hip. Left shoulder towards your right hip. Not this. Keep your leg exactly where it is. Rotate across. And then back. You're keeping your tailbone heavy as you do this. I know we want to lift it up. Don't do it. And slow. Go for 6 more. Just small, pause, and back. Now remember, it's work to twist. It's work as you come out of your twist too. Don't just drop down. Go for 5. And slow. 4. And slow. Still working here. 3. Slow and controlled. 2. Left shoulder blade just barely off the mat. Last one, twist across, back to center. Lower your right all the way. Lower that upper body all the way. Take a breath. We're going to do the same on the other side. So tucking your chin, curl in. If your neck is bothering you, really try and let go of your head. Like let the weight of your head drop into your hands. Really think about that. Ribs slide down to your hips. You're not just pulling your head in. All right, from there, lift your left heel up. You have space between your chin and your chest, right? Holding here. So we're gonna reach that leg away. Right hip stays heavy and then pull it back in. We can add that upper body. So we're gonna reach back, inhale, exhale, curling forward. That's your abs pulling you forward. It's not just your head coming in
Ribs slide down to the top of your hip bones. Ribs move away from your hip bones. Ribs slide down to the top of your hip bones. Go 4 more, like this. 3, how's that right hip doing? It's still heavy, right? Right knee pointing up. 3. Abs deepen. Use that breath as you get tired. Use it the whole time, but especially as you get tired. Go 1 more, reach. Exhale, up, stay. Hips stay even. Right shoulder towards the top of your left hip. Little twist, right shoulder blade barely off the mat. Back to center. Exhale, across. Inhale, back. Nice and small, go 6. Across and back. Exhale, right shoulder blade just barely off the mat. And back. Go for 4. And back. 3 more. Twist. And back. Last 2, twist and back. Last 1, twist across. Come back to center, lower your left, lower your upper body all the way down. Grab those knees, have a little roll around there. One way and then the other. All right. And then let's come onto our side. So let's come onto our left side. Have your weight handy, just one of your weights. So your right leg is going to be straight, left leg is bent underneath you. So just kind of heel in line with your spine, top of your head reaching away from your right toes, left heel kind of in line with the rest of your body. All right, waistlines are long. So your left ribs, the down side of your rib cage, wants to press down. Let's try and keep that little bit of space under there so our waistlines are both nice and long. And then from here, we're just going to start with our right leg, lift it up to about hip height and then hold when you're there. So really reaching toes away from the top of your head. This works if you're not reaching, but it really, really works if you are reaching your toes away. So think length. So it's kind of the difference between just doing this and this. You can hardly see, right? But it actually feels completely different. So keep that idea of reaching. Just pop your right hand on your hip so you can keep your pelvis still. Right toes down to the front edge of your mat and then down to the back edge of your mat. You don't need to touch all the way down. Don't need to go really high. It's about the width. That's throwing you off balance. So that's your core having to stabilize you as you go forward and back. And then you've got that outer thigh, outer glute as you move your leg. So again, no swinging. Don't let gravity just drop it down. You are moving your leg. Up and down and up and down. Good. Go 4 more like that. Just making kind of a wide rainbow shape there. And 3 down. Control. Last 2. And down. And then 1 more. Down and down, and then hold it straight underneath you. So again, lengthening. How are those waistlines doing? Your left ribs are still lifting, right? Draw a U. So now up at the front edge of your mat, and then up at the back edge of your mat. Up, and then up. Control, up, and up. And your waistlines are staying long the whole time. And of course, you're reaching the whole time, right? Keep that length. Go for 4. Up, and up. 3 more. Up and up. 2 more. Up. Feeling that. And up that right outer thigh and outer glute. Last 2. And up. Last 1. Let's go up and up. And then bend this leg all the way in and take a breath. You're gonna grab your weight. You don't have to use the weight if you don't want to. But if you want to, grab it, reach that right arm all the way up to the ceiling so your hand is right above your shoulder. Your shoulder blades are both back against an imaginary wall. You're going to reach this arm forward without letting your shoulder roll. Reach just to shoulder height and then pull it back up. So let's inhale as you lower. Think control, 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 and then exhale back up. Good. So go 6 like this. Control and reach. 5, control, shoulders stay stacked and up. 3 more. Try to keep that gaze straight forward so your neck stays nice and long. If you're feeling tension in your neck though, look down, that's fine as well. and up. No swinging, right? Control, control. 2 more. Control and up. 1 more. Control, reach up, stay there. Now you're going to reach your right leg out. Hold there. Reach that right arm overhead. So reach fingertips from toes. You can go a little further, go for it. And then you're going to lift back up. So arm up, leg lifts. You don't need to go high with your leg. You want to be able to keep your left ribs lifting. So if you go too high with your leg, your left ribs press down. Don't let them do that. Just a reach away, pause, and then up. Reach away, lengthen, and up. You've got it. So go 5 more, reach. 4. Remember, if you're feeling tension in your neck, just look down, that's fine. 3, moving your right thigh. Forget about your foot. Think of starting the movement from that thigh. Always moving from the part of your body closest to your core. So that's from up here and down there, right? Yeah. And up. Last one, reach, pull up, and then stay. So keep that right arm reaching, bend your right leg in. So you're going to bend it into a 90-degree angle. Your shin is parallel with your spine. So not here, you're up here. Now press through your heel, reach all the way out, kick that leg out behind you, and then do that again, slow as you bend in, and then press, reach through your heel, kick back a little bit. In with control, exhale back, and kick. So your pelvis wants to move, right? It wants to roll forward as you come forward, wants to go back as you kick that leg back. So if you're finding it really hard to keep your pelvis still, bring this arm down. You can drop the weight and use that arm for a little bit of stability. Maybe don't go for such a huge range of movement. It doesn't matter. You want to stay steady. That's the most important thing. Go 2 more like that. Up with control. Waistlines stay long. Kick out. Waistlines are long. 1 more. In with control. Exhale. Press all the way back. And then stay when you're back there. You ready? Last bit. Lift this leg up and then lower it down. So your heel is like 4 or 5 inches behind your bum. You're just lifting and lowering. You can keep that arm up if you want. Lift and lower. Go for 6. Just small and down. 5 more. Just small and down. 4 more. Up and down. And if you feel a ton of hip flexor, if that's all you feel is the front of your leg, just bend it in a little bit. Then you'll really feel that glute. 3 and down. Last 2, squeeze up and down. Last 1, squeeze up and then bend it all the way in, drop it down. All right, come onto your back. Give your right glute a little bit of a stretch out. So right foot in front of your left knee. Hug your left knee in nice and tight there. So take a nice couple of breaths. Keeping neutral even as you stretch, right? Always neutral. And then bring your feet about hip distance apart. Just let your legs fall down one way and the other. Just go for a couple of those at a time. And then we'll flip. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just right leg bent, heel underneath your sitting bones there. And then your left leg is straight. So you're there. You can have your hand on your hip. You can have your hand just in front of you. You want to be able to keep your right ribs lifting. Remember, that's the most important thing. Really reaching through your toes. Remember, it doesn't matter how high you go. For these rainbows, you're just coming down towards the front edge of your mat, coming up and then down towards the back edge of your mat. So up, control down, up, control down. So as you're moving that left leg, nothing else is changing, right? Your core is keeping your pelvis still. Your neck is relaxed. Look down if you're having a hard time keeping tension out of your neck and your shoulders. Control and down and up and down. Good, go 3 more like this. You might feel your right outer glute here, the bottom one as well. We just worked it, of course, and it's just helping stabilize with your core, right? 1 more down and down, and last one here, back, and then come straight underneath you. So you're reaching toes away, and then do those U's. So up to the front edge of your mat, back through center, up to the back edge of your mat. Up to the front edge, up to the back edge. And lift. Go for 6 like that. Up and up. 5, up and up. 4 more. Keep that core connected. 3. And back. Last 2. Up. No swinging. Last 1. Go up and then bend that leg all the way in. Grab your weight if you want. Reach that arm right up to the ceiling so your shoulders are stacked. Your right ribs are still that little bit lifted. Just slow and controlled. Your arm comes to shoulder height and then reach all the way up. Inhale down, slow and controlled. Exhale up. So as your arm lowers, that shoulder wants to roll. You're not going to let it. You're stabilizing your shoulder girdle as your arm moves. You're stabilizing as it lifts back up. And you're moving your humerus, you're moving your upper arm bone. Just control it down and then control it back up. So almost like you have nothing below your elbow. Control, move that upper arm and lift back up. Go for 4 more. And up. 3 more. Control and up. Last 2. And up, ready, 1 more. In and up, stay there. So now you're gonna kick that left leg out, reach toes away from the top of your head, waistlines are long, reach those fingertips away from toes, and then come up. So you don't need to go high with your leg, your arm will come straight overhead, and then your arm will come back straight above that shoulder. And you're moving your left leg from your thigh. So think about your thigh lowering and your thigh lifting. And just go to hip height here. You don't need to go all the way down. And then back up. Control hip height. My computer's going to die. Wait a second. Keep going, everybody. Perfect. Okay. Let's do 3 more. Does that sound good? Last 2. Reach and up, and then go 1 more. Reach and up. Stay when you're there so you can keep your arm up. You're going to bend this leg in. So bend it into that 90-degree angle. Your knee is in line with your hip, foot under your knee. So you're getting that big range forward. And then you're going to kick back behind you, slightly press through your heel. So remember, if it's hard to keep your pelvis steady, which it is, if you can't keep it steady, just have your hand on your hip or have your hand down in front of you for that extra bit of stability. But for that extra challenge, arm can come up. If you can keep your pelvis still. Inhale, slow and controlled in, and then press and reach back. Go for 4 more. Slow and controlled in, press and reach. 3. Last 2. All the way back, press, and then go 1 more. In with control, keep it at hip height, press all the way back. Stay when you're there, so that leg is slightly behind you, right? You're gonna lift and lower. Remember, if you feel your hip flexor, just bend your leg and do the same thing. Squeeze up, control down. As you're squeezing up, your right ribs wanna press down. Try not to let them. You can keep that arm reaching. Keep those right ribs lifting. Go for 4. Control down. Go for 3. Squeeze up, control down. 2, up and down. Last 1. Get that little squeeze, bend all the way in. And then come on to your back. We'll give our left glute a little stretch. So left foot in front of your right knee, hug behind your right nice and tight, keeping that neutral to really feel that stretch out. Take a nice couple of breaths there. And then bring your feet down, so about hip distance apart. And then we're just gonna do our little knee drops one way and the other, just back and forth. All right. And then come back to
knees pointing right up to the ceiling. Grab your squishy ball if you have. If not, it's all good. Have your weights handy as well. So if you have your ball,
you're going to put your ball underneath your tailbone. If you don't have your ball, you're just going to do this on the mat. That's totally fine. So ball under your tailbone, your tail is tipping away from you slightly. So if you're on the mat, you're just here. Your tailbone is still tipping away from you. Both positions, you are in neutral. Make sure you can grab your weights. All right, so back of your rib cage is heavy, whether you're on your ball or not. And then from here, just start with your right heel lifting, then your left. Ribs stay tight around your center. So really important, whether you're on your ball or not, when you lift your legs up, our back just wants to arch here. So you want to come into this position. I don't want you to do that. Really think about the back of your rib cage staying heavy, keeping your pelvis still, so not coming into a tilt like that. So bring your right leg up and then bring your left leg up. All right, so knees directly above your hips, back of your rib cage stays heavy, and that pelvis is just totally neutral. So from here, we're just going to reach our right leg out. Reach, lengthen it away, and then slow pull it back in. And then go left, reach out, and then slow pull it in. So as your right leg reaches, your ribs stay tight around your center. Don't let anything change. And then go left, reach, and pull back in. Good. One more right like this. And in. One more left like this. Reach, pull in, stay. Now you're going to reach your right leg out. Hold when it's out there. Even weight on your hips. Open your right leg maybe a couple inches to the side. Bring it back in and then come back. Left, reach it out. Open 2-3 inches to the side. Bring it back and bend. So if you can keep your pelvis still as you open your leg, maybe try opening it a little wider. Left, out. Open, feel those right obliques. Your opposite obliques have to keep you steady as your leg opens to the side. Reach, open, in, and back. One more left like this. Reach, open, in, and back. Take a breath. Grab your weights. Reach your right forearm off the mat. Left forearm off the mat. If you feel steady and you can keep your knees right above your hips and keep your back, the back of your rib cage heavy, reach your right arm up. Reach your left arm up. Hold when you're there. Shoulder blades are flat against the mat. From here, don't move your legs, only your arms. Open your right arm to the side, doesn't matter how wide, and then pull in. Even opening a couple of inches is really challenging on those abdominals, right? So if you can go wider with that arm, that's awesome. If not, doesn't matter, still awesome work. Not, it doesn't matter how wide you're opening. Out and in. Go one more each way here. Open. Think about your opposite shoulder staying heavy. So that's my left shoulder blade staying heavy as my right arm opens. Left arm opens. Right shoulder blade stays heavy. Steady. Now, if you're feeling really, really wobbly, bring your forearms down. That's fine. If you want to keep these up, that's cool too. So you're going to reach your right leg out. Hold when it's there. Reach your left arm overhead. So reach fingertips from toes and then pull back in. You ready? Opposite side. Right arm, left leg, reach away. You can do this with or without the weights. You can do this with or without the arms as well. Reach and reach. Back in. Let's do it again. Exhale out, abs deepen. Feel that length, fingertips from toes, and then reach and pull back in. You ready? We're going to add on a little bit. Reach fingertips from toes, stay there. Your opposite arm is reaching up, knee is pointing up. Open your arm and your leg to the side, those couple of inches like we did to start. Come back in and then back to center. Ready? Reach left and right. Hold, open out that little bit. Come back in and then back. Ready? Reach. Open your right leg to the right side, left arm to the left side slightly. Pull them back in and back. Same thing, other side, reach, open out that little bit, that's hard, back in and in. Go one more each way, exhale, open, back in and left, reach, open, in and in. Take a breath, shoulders nice and wide. back of your rib cage is heavy. If you're feeling your back, take your legs down and just reset yourself. If you're not, we're going to keep going. We got one more little bit we're going to do. We're going to reach both legs, reach them away. They don't need to go straight. They don't need to go too low. That's as far as I'm going to go. And then pull back in. So your legs reach. You don't want your back to arch. You don't want your arch to back. Reach those legs as far as you can keep your neutral. So you do not want to be arching through your back. Now, if you want, you can add arms to that. Reach. And then pull all the way back in. Keep those ribs tight around your center. Reaching out, lengthen, think length, length, length. Abs pulling in, back to center. How's that feel? Reach away. Very good. You guys take a pause when you're out there. That's the hardest point. Don't go too fast. I see some fast movers out there. Reach. And in. You ready? Last 4, we're going to add on. So we're going to reach, open arms, open legs, bring them back together, and then back in. Your arms only come to shoulder distance apart though, right? Reach, open out, pause. That's the hardest point. Bring them in and in. Got it? 3 more. Reach, open out, pull in and back. Last 2, reach, open out, in and back. Last 1, reach, open out, in, back. Lower your right, lower your left, lower those arms, press into your heels, lift those hips up, grab your ball, just pop it off to the side. Take a breath at the top there, really press through your heels. So just doing that kind of oppositional stretch, reaching up and then press all the way down. Come through to neutral, take a breath and then do that again. Belly button in, press, knees reaching away from the top of your head, hold at the top. Take a nice deep breath, maybe press a little higher than you would for an ordinary hip roll just to get that extra stretch through your spine. Roll all the way down. And then just hug those knees and have a little roll around one way and the other. And then you're going to come up to a 4-point kneel. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. All right, so about there. So think about your neutral here. So your tail is kind of lifting up towards the ceiling. You're not here. You want to stay like this. We want to stay with our knees directly under our hips and our hands directly under our shoulders. Our neck is long, so we're looking straight down. Let's start with our right leg. So we're going to kick our right leg out, keep it on the mat and hold. You can feel how your weight automatically wants to shift left. Don't let it. Keep your left knee under your left hip. Reach that right leg up. So reach those toes away from the top of your head. Now from here, you're just going to keep reaching your toes as you tap and lift. So inhale for a tap, exhale for a lift. You're straight up and down on your left knee. And if anyone wants an extra challenge, you can bring your left hand onto your left hip or across your tummy, whatever feels good. Tap and down. If you're doing that, really watch your left elbow or your right elbow. Sorry, don't lock your right elbow. Inhale down and up. Go for 4 and up. 3 more, lengthening that spine. You're not here. And up. Last 2 and up. Last 1. Lift up, stay. Now bring your left forearm down to the mat. So my arm is bent. You see that? My right hand is still just as it was. Now you're going to bend your right leg. Your right knee comes to the outside of your left. Your weight wants to shift left. Do not let it stay straight up and down on that left. And then kick that right leg out. So that's medial rotation. Your knee points to the left here. And then your knee points to the right. That's lateral rotation. As you're doing this, you're staying straight up and down on that left knee though, right? Straight up and down on the left. In. Slow in. And reach. Good. So 5 more like that. In with control. Reach. 4. In. Reach. 3 more. In. Exhale. Press. Last 2. In. And reach. And then go 1 more. In. And reach, and then bend that leg in. Sit yourself back to a little shell stretch. Give those wrists a twist. Have a drink of water, whatever you need to do. Nice couple of breaths there. All right, and then grab a weight. So you just need one again. Same thing, hands back under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Have the weight in front of your left hand. We'll use it in our left actually. Shoulders stay away from your ears. So kick your right leg straight out again. Lift it up to hip height. So reaching toes away from the top of your head. Your left knee is directly under your left hip. Now grab that weight in your left if you want. Reach fingertips from toes here. And then you're going to come all the way in, rounding your back. Scoop those abs. And then reach, lengthen. So slow as you pull in, deepen those abs to pull that knee underneath you, reach that arm back, and then all the way out. So we've got 6 more like this, all the way in, abs, 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 pulling in. Left knee stays directly under your left hip. Really think about that one. In, you've got a front row seat, left knee under your left hip. Keep it that way. Go for 4. And reach. 3 more. Watch that right elbow. It wants to lock in and reach. Last 2. And reach. Last one all the way in. All the way for a nice reach. Bring that leg in, bring that arm in, and then sit yourself back to a shell stretch. Give those wrists a good little shake. Okay. So before we do those on the other side, we're going to give your wrists a break. We're going to come to seated, with or without weights, whatever feels good. You're going to reach those arms right up in front of you, sitting up tall. So shoulders, hips, shoulders, ribs, and hips are stacked up. We're going to roll back. Think of your pelvis rolling back. So belly button towards your spine. If you have a ball and you want to use it, that's fine. You don't need to. Remember, if you have the ball, you're staying light on the ball. So we're here. Our belly button is pulling right into our spine. We're not here. We want to stay in a little C curve. So we're curving through our low abdominals, through our lower spine, but our upper body is pretty upright. My ribs, my shoulders are facing in front of me. Now from here, again, you can use weights or not. Arms up, and then slow as you come down. So we want to do this. Don't do it. Keep that length through your spine. Just arms, pause, and then down. They don't need to reach all the way up to the ceiling. They don't need to reach behind you. It doesn't matter at all. You want to be able to maintain this scoop. Go 2 more. And down, and then 1 more. Go arms up. Bring them down, and then use your abs all the way back to seated. Nice and tall. Take a breath. We're going to go back down again. Exhale, scoop. Stay right there. Now we're going to open our right arm to the right side, keeping our weight even on our hips. Bring it in. Left arm to the left side. Keep it even in. Right arm out. Pause. And then in. Left arm out. Pause. Back in. Let's go right again. This time you're going to reach behind you. Follow your hand with your eyes. Reach way back there. Take a breath. And then come all the way back in. Left, you're opening it out. Follow it with your eyes. Reach, reach, reach. Go behind you. Take a breath. And then all the way back in. Right again. Open. Reach. Back. And all the way in. Left. Open. Reach. Out. Feel those obliques all the way back in. Last one to the right. Really go for it. Reach, reach, reach. All the way in. And last one left. Reaching. Keep that right arm reaching forward. Feel that oppositional pull. And then back to center. All the way up to seated. Awesome. Grab a weight again. Keep it handy. We're going to come up for the other side of our 4-point kneel sequence here. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. This time we're going to press into our left knee to activate the left side of our obliques, left outer glute, as we kick our right leg straight out. So nice even weight on your hands. Reach that left up. Do a check. Your right knee is underneath your right hip, right? Stay there. And then you're just going to reach as you tap and then lift. So there's no movement in your hips at all. Your left hip doesn't lift and lower. Your hips are totally level as you lower. And as you lift, remember, if you want, you can grab your right hand, bring it across to have that extra stability challenge. Just really watch your left elbow. Up and control. Go for 5. Reach and control. Tap. Thinking length as you're lifting and as you're lowering. So you're not just doing this. You're reaching, engaging that whole left oblique line. Right obliques are working to keep you steady as well. It's really a full body exercise. Last one, go up, stay there. Now bring your right elbow down. So your arm is bent, left hand can stay as it is. Now watch that right knee, it stays under your right hip. Your weight really wants to shift to the right for this. Left knee to the outside of your right, and then turn it out as you come up. So in, your hips move slightly for this, turn it out. But your weight does not shift to the right. In control. Go 5 more. Control. 4. In and reach. Last 3. Medial rotation, lateral rotation. 2. Medial rotation, lateral rotation. You should really feel your right outer glute. So that's your standing leg glute. Last one, if you're staying straight up and down. Out, and then pull all the way in. Sit yourself back to a little shell stretch. All right, give those shoulders a roll on, a little shake. And then we'll do our arm reach with the leg, coming into that scoop. So remember, it's your abs pulling you into a scoop. You're not just moving your spine. Think about your abs deepening that scoop for you. So hands under your shoulders again, knees under your hips. Watch those elbows. Kick that left out, lift it up, reach toes from the top of your head. If you want, grab a weight or just reach your right arm in front. So reach fingertips from toes and then pull all the way in. Left knee underneath you, abs pulling that leg in. Reach all the way back. Rounding that spine and lengthen. Remember, take a peek when you're down here. Is your right knee under your right hip? It should be. For 5. And reach. 4. All the way in, scoop. Reach. 3. And lengthen, go for 2. In. And lengthen, last one. In. Reach all the way out. Bring that hand down, bring that leg down. Sit yourself back again to that little shell stretch. Give those wrists a little shake. Okay, guys. And then we're going to do one more little seated bit here. I'll show you the side again. So you can use your weights if you want. Whatever feels good. Sitting up tall. So shoulders, ribs, hips all stacked up. Reach those arms right in front of you. Those shoulders stay away from your ears. Now scoop back and then stay when you're in that little scoop. So really thinking about the weight on your hips, it should stay even here. You're going to bring your right leg up to tabletop, hold it when it's there, and then bring your hands behind your head. So keep your leg bent like this. Keep your weight even on your hips. You're just going to rotate to the right. Show you the front view. So not letting anything move, not letting your leg move. Nothing changes, just that upper body twists, and then you come back to center. So little twist, pause, and then back. Left knee stays pointing up. Twist, pause, and back. Go one more, twist, pause, back through center. Now can we add a leg to this? So reach your leg, lower your upper body slightly, and then come in and twist. Show you the side. So we're reaching, lower that upper body slightly, in with a twist. 4 like that. Inhale back, lengthen. Abs deepen as you pull in. 3, reach, you got it. 2, abs deepen, twist. If anyone feels their back, just keep your leg down and just do your rotation this way. Last one, reach. And then bring that leg down, come all the way up to seated, take a breath. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Last little bit, and then we're gonna do a stretch. So sitting up tall, scoop back, hold. You got your little scoop. You're going to just twist left and then come back through center. Wait a second. Lift your left leg up. Now twist. And then back through center. Keep your right hip at the exhale, twist. And back. Go one more like that. Exhale, twist. And back. Now add that reach. So you can reach, lower your upper body slightly, pull it in and twist. Also fine to just go here. Doesn't matter what your range is. You don't need to add that extra bit reaching back. If you do, just make sure you're pulling yourself up using your core. Reach, belly button to spine, pull in. 2 more, reach. Last one, reach. Leg down, come all the way up to seated.
All right, come down onto your backs, guys. Hug those knees in again. Have a little roll around one way and then the other. And then hug that right knee and really reach out through your left. So think about those left toes reaching away from the top of your head. Even weight on your hips. Nice long waistlines, back of your rib cage stays heavy. All right. And then bring that right leg all the way over to the left side of your body. Reaching your right fingertips the opposite way. So just enjoy that little bit of a twist. And then bring that right leg back. Kick it right out underneath you. Hug your left knee in. Right leg is reaching underneath you. Take those nice couple of breaths there. And then bring that left all the way across, reaching out through your left fingertips. Thinking of that left shoulder blade being heavy, left fingertips are reaching away from your left knee. And then bring that left leg back through center. Bring feet to about hip distance apart. And then let's just do these little twists. So drop both knees to one side. Bring them back up and then drop the other. Do that again, straight up and down and up and down. Just go one more each way. And in, and then just hug those knees in, roll yourself up, and you are finito, guys. Hope that felt good. Happy Family Day. Hopefully you can see some family, even if it's from a distance.
Thanks, sis.
And I will see you next week, if not before. All right, bye guys.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.